What's up, guys? Alright, so, as you may have seen, I'm pretty sure it was crystal clear, hopefully. What's going on today is, in the other video, which is yet to be edited today, so you'll see it by now, hopefully, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. My plan is to edit it today, but before I do that, I'm gonna reconfigure my setup. So what that's gonna consist of, if I can speak today, is going to be putting in the PS4 next to the Xbox. So I have to move that around, but of course it presented more problems with that, which was two main problems. One being I need more outlets. I'm maxed out on both power strips, so that's where this guy is going to come in handy. It's a 3-1. It's just going to go underneath both of them, and that's going to plug in everything game controlled. So like the Xbox, the hard drive, and the PlayStation. And then that should allow for like 2 or 3 more spots to be opened up on the power strip, and that's gonna be, or about, I think like about 2, maybe one, yeah, 1 I think, which is all I need to plug in the I can't remember right now. My brain's going. The other part of what was the problem that was presented. There we go. Which was the HDMI switch, because I have now 3 devices that are going into one monitor. And so I was like, oh crap, how am I going to do this? Because I don't want to be plugging cords all day long. It's kind of annoying, especially when it's hard to get back there. So I got this guy, which is a 4-port. Now I know it's only 3 devices, but I also have my capture card in the computer. So that's going to be the 4th device. So I will still have to unplug and plug in, but it's just be going from the unplugging from the Switch and plugging into my capture card whenever I record a game. Or I might just record it on the PS4 and the Xbox, because I know they have their own recording like things. So we'll see. Whichever one works better, that's what I'll use. Whichever one's easier and kind of conforms to my setup as is. But I have 4. Also, just in case I like throw in a Chromecast or something in the future, I never know. So that's there. So this is one thing, and then I also needed more HDMI cords. I just needed 1 more, so I got this guy, and that really is it. So that last plug that's opening up is going to be where the HDMI switch goes, and then I think if I did my numbers right, which, I mean, honest to God, I was in Best Buy for like, it's way too long, basically. I was like standing there like, I was doing the math. I was like, okay, so we have 3 sources, and like, so, but I'm 90% sure everything's going to work out. I mean, if not, this is the most I can afford at the moment. I don't want to go too crazy on stuff. And if it works, awesome. And, you know, because I didn't see the need for a bigger extension cord. I don't think anything else will be getting plugged in back here. So because there was no need for a bigger extension cord, I was like, well, you know, that one will do. You know, I'm all about future-proofing, but when future-proofing is going to cost like $5 or $10 more, then I'm just going to go with that one. I mean, plus I can always take it out and use it for something else. So that's the plan. Once that's done, I'm going to edit the video. Then I have work, and we'll see what happens with the rest of this. So let's get started by taking things out and also reorganizing. This place is a mess. It's like I reorganize it, and then I leave it. It becomes a mess. I reorganize it. I create more work for myself. But anyway, let's do this. What did I do to my computer? Oh, maybe I should just let it do it itself. Hint, when a computer says it'll do it for itself, maybe you should trust it instead of turning it off and back on 5 times and not trusting the system. 44%. Ooh, lovely. Anyway, okay, guys. I'd like to apologize for the dramatic cut. Basically, I have 3 camera batteries, and as I was filming the time lapse of me putting this all together, one of them died, and I realized I hadn't charged the other 2. So basically, the camera could not be turned on for like the remainder of the day. Because once I did have batteries that are alive again, it was time to go to work. So, but basically, what? If you like to restart and try again, choose restart my PC below. Otherwise, see advanced repair options or troubleshoot tools in advanced options. You know, you. Restarting the PC again. Anyway, so I got everything sorted. I'll go through a little demonstration here in a second. I still have not uploaded or edited the video from almost a week ago now because I was getting to it last night, and then apparently this morning, I don't know what happened with my PC or overnight, but it basically is now having an issue. So it's restarted like 3 or 4 times, maybe 5. I can't remember how many times it's been now. It says it's having a problem with the recovery software. I hope that's only just once that happens, and that everything's fine. I don't know, because I'm a little worried what it means by that. If my stuff is all lost, I don't know. So we're going to get that figured out very soon. But like I said, there's going to be a demonstration on everything else that's kind of going on. Basic rundown, you guys already know, is the Xbox and the PlayStation are both installed with the computer. And then everything else is pretty much the same. My speakers, my monitor, it's all the same. I hope actually to replace these guys soon, but that's another story. But those are all the same, and I took out almost every single cable back there because a lot of it is the Xbox and the gaming center and the PC, and what's left is just like my Google Home and what's plugged in underneath in the smart strip, and that's really it. I mean, that's it's not a whole lot. Hang on, give me a second. But it's, you know. So, oh yes! Alright, good, we got to boot up. So, we'll edit that video. But basically, you may have seen in the video that I took out my Google Home. I ended up putting in another one because a while back I bought the new 2nd generation. So I took out this guy. And I put the new one in. You really can't tell the difference just from looking at it, but if you look at the plug is different. You look at the bottom, it doesn't have this anymore. Well, I mean, it's still grippy, but it has a hole because you can like mount it to a wall. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff, but overall the sound quality is better. I just kind of like it. I figured I bought one, I might as well put it in. That was my plan, and it needs to restart again. What? Okay. Never mind then. I don't know what's going on. Great, dude. What did we do? What did I do? Oh no. I didn't do anything though. Like, it was fine for like a full day and a half, maybe more. Oh. Anyway. So yeah, basically all the cables got taken out and a whole bunch of new ones got put in. I'm pretty sure there's again no like plug space left, but it was kind of designed that way, so everything has. Actually, I have like 1 or 2 plugs on the smart strip left, but everything else is pretty much taken up. But it works perfectly. Everything has a space. Everything's plugged in. Everything's working. Nothing is tripped a circuit, blown, not worked, whatever, etc. And I also learned a very important lesson, which is if I'm ever going to cable manage in the future, to get actual cable management tracks and not to use zip ties with staples, because the zip ties, when you want to remove the cord, only have one way of coming off, and that's you cutting it, which is not the best. Because I did cut into a couple of HDMI cables, and I'm lucky I didn't ruin them. So everything now is, the staples are still there because I don't have enough money to get the tracks, but everything's basically twist tied on now. It's all twist ties. It's easily removable. That's why if I want to bring one of the consoles to someone else's house or downstairs, or if I'm removing the monitor in the future, everything can be taken out and new things can be added in. And if I'm gonna put a track in the future, I'm gonna have to plan it out. But anyway, let's move on to that demo. Okay, so to basically run you guys through it, there's this thing, which is the remote for the HDMI switch, which is conveniently sitting right under here. You see all the cables that have been managed and everything under here. Those are all power, HDMI, everything under here. But this is the HDMI switcher that lives right under here, so everything just kind of connects from up here, goes down into there. It's all good. Can't really see it from up top. You really can't see anything. Like, this cord is just for the controller. The headset, that's it. You can't really see all the cables. They're all under here, and it looks like it's a mess, but trust me, it's all pretty much as neat as can be. They're wound up. They're kind of separated by what they are. So everything's kind of cable managed there. It looks like it's hanging, but that's because that's only as much as I could pull it without actually unplugging it. So anyway, right. So number 1 on the switch, if I hit the button, the light on here will change to number 1, which is all the way over there. Here, let me focus it for you guys. Oh, there we go. So number 1's all the way over here. This is the first HDMI port. Number 1's all the way over here. So if I hit number 1, ideally, there we go. It'll switch to number 1. Now number 1 is the video card that's in my PC, the capture card. So nothing should be showing right now. Beautiful. Nothing is showing. It just says that there's no input and it's going to shut off the monitor. That's fine, right? So that's number 1. So that's if I ever want to record video gameplay, that's what I'm going to do. Number 2, which it has just switched to, I think is the Xbox. There it is. That's the Xbox right there. So number 3, number 3 is the PlayStation. Give it a second, it'll be there. Bam, there's the PlayStation. And then number 4, boom, boop, 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 boop. There it is. Number 4 is the PC, which as you can see is throwing me an error code right now. So that is basically the rundown how it works. Everything just routes to the monitor. There's one single output cable and that's it. So audio is tricky currently because these speakers, they're okay speakers, but I want actual speakers. These are nice show off speakers, oh look at me, I have water speakers, but when you're trying to play a game, the motor of the water speakers going up and down kind of just drowns things out, and you can't really control the volume on them, so they'll go full blast, and it worries me that I'm going to break these speakers, and I don't really want to do that. So new speakers, probably a new monitor, because even though it's a really good one, 1080p is great, don't get me wrong. I can also try to push for 4K because the PS4 Pro does that. The Xbox One obviously doesn't, but it'll still run 1080. The computer, I think, will be able to do 4K. So, but it's also it's just time. This isn't technically my monitor. I want to replace things in here with what's mine, slowly but surely, and make it more of my setup, because that's what my siblings have been complaining about, is you made it your own. This is our shared console, not for the PlayStation, obviously, for the Xbox. This is our monitor, our console. You're taking it, putting it in your room. We can't have access to it. This is just a fair point. They're not there's nothing wrong with what they're saying. I agree. That's why I want to get my own console, probably an Xbox One X, or wait for Series X if you guys have seen that one. That's pretty cool. But we'll talk about it later. New monitor, all that stuff. So. But for now, that is what it's going to look like. That's how my setup's going to be. I have one cable that runs into the capture card that I can just switch and plug into the consoles or the PC, really, if I need to. And so that's the only thing that I have to physically change it, because otherwise I'd have to get an HDMI switch for each individual input, which is a really big pain money-wise. As well as cable management wise, because now I'd have to find these bricks places to go, and it's just not worth it. So for now, this is what the setup is. Later I'll probably have a media, when I have my own house, place, everything, when I have more room, I'll have a media center, and then I can rig it up with HDMI and this and that, and make my life super easy. But this has already made my life a lot easier than having to unplug, plug in, because a lot of times I get confused. So, of like, what was this cable going to? What is it? And I have to like peer behind there, and it's just so. Anyway, that is that. I've finished school. Today was my last day. I hope never to go never to go back to school. This is a true story. I'm not endorsing anyone to quit school like right away. I don't recommend just upping and leaving. The reason I am deciding to leave school is one very important factor. First, I already have a job. I have a job, and it's a very stable job, and it's a job that I like, and a job that I see myself continuing to have, or possibly continuing to have throughout the years. You know, I could quit at any time, but it's just something where I know I'm not going to get like fired tomorrow. You know, I just keep going, and it's something I love doing. So that's one very important factor. Another one is that I also do other jobs. You know, I build sets for Cathedral Catholic High School. I over the weekend, I was asked to be a Grinch at a Christmas party and got paid for that really well, actually. So it's because I know what I'm good at, and I do other jobs. That is why I'm leaving college. And also, school is just too much of a struggle for me. I have a hard time with it, and it's just, you know, why am I going to spend that time and that money into something that really is not cut out for me? You know, it's just spinning my wheels in place. It's not really worth it. It's a waste of money, waste of time, when I can use it to get out in the workforce and kind of build up momentum for other things. On top of that, I'm also trying to get an apprenticeship as a carpenter, so that's another reason, is I can get a paid apprenticeship, again, another job, and also learn something that's more career-based that I'd want to do. So, again, don't just like, if you have no plan, don't just up and leave. I mean, you could, right? I'm not endorsing it, but you could, if college, or, you know, even if you're above the age of 16 and you can leave high school and you just realize it's not for you, obviously, you know, can talk it over with a guardian parent, whoever is in charge of you, and like get their guidance on it. They probably have more knowledge about it, but I'd say, you know, if school isn't cut out for you, don't try to make it work. You know, don't spin your wheels trying to make it work. It just, take it from me, it just won't work. You know, I'm lucky that this first semester of college was free, right? But even then, you know, it's still was like, what if I don't make these grades, then they'll actually charge me for these courses, and what, am I gonna fail these anyways? Am I gonna, like, you know, it was just a lot of stress that I didn't need. So with this semester being done, I do not intend to go back to college. End of story. You know, and there's a lot of people that have success stories of not going to college. And yeah, it can work out. It's just whatever you do, you have to work hard at it. That's why I'm starting to do these again. I'm going to work hard at these because I do enjoy doing it, and it could make me money. But obviously, I'm not quitting my job just yet. I'm not going all in. I'm just being on the cautious side and seeing where I go with it. But anyway, thank you guys for that long, heart-to-heart talk. I'm glad I could get that out there. I've been meaning to voice my thoughts about it for a while. I kind of kept it under wraps from a lot of people, just because it was a big decision and I didn't need a whole bunch of people in my ear telling me what to do about it. I just wanted to really take time, think it over, think about it rationally, and come to a decision on my own. And, you know, everyone around me at that point would appreciate or understand, hopefully, you know, what I had decided. I don't want other people to decide for me. It's my choice, my life. So I'm glad I made that choice. I'm happy with it so far. Again, this is literally like my only first day without school ever again, and it's kind of weird. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to try to figure out what the heck is going on with my computer. I'm going to try to get that video up, this video up, and gaming videos, because I have loads of games and have not played them. And also, I have PlayStation games now, and we're just gonna go from there, and yeah, it's just gonna be what it is. Ow. Just gonna be what it is. So, thank you guys. Thank you for whoever has clicked on this video and has sat through it and has hopefully enjoyed yourself. If not, I apologize. Try another video. It might be more enjoyable for you. Maybe not. Maybe it's not meant for you. I don't know. But whoever finds this enjoyable, entertaining, whatever, I'm glad you could. I'm glad I could, you know, hopefully make people laugh, make people smile. That's kind of my goal. And thank you for whoever's continuing to show their support. It's really, a lot of it wouldn't be possible without you guys, because a lot of days I think just like, you know, maybe I shouldn't, but there's people that do actually watch these and do actually enjoy them, and I think, you know, like, they enjoy it. I enjoy putting it out there, because I enjoy looking back at these videos and laughing at them. So, you know, thank you for anyone who supports me and supports what I'm doing. Very gracious. Consider going to the Patreon. I know I haven't said it in a while. To the Patreon and supporting it. I have to update it a little bit. It's been a while since I put it up, and I have to change some of the things about it. They've changed slightly, but yeah. And if you are new and you do like it, consider subscribing, hitting that bell icon so you don't miss a video. Because who would want to miss these fun videos? I hate myself for doing that. And I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.